Welcome to episode 2 of the Duck Lessons, Ducks in Rehab. So all these ducks are sitting here one day and, they're snorting their coke and doing whatever the heck they happen to be doing. And I don't really know because I'm not a duck. I don't know what drugs ducks are on. But the first duck, oh Christ, he's like, what the heck? The first duck, he's like, drugs are bad. I can't do this shit anymore. I don't like feeling high and blah, blah, blah. So he swims away and he's like, yeah. So he decides that he wants to help save these other ducks. So he goes to the Rimrock Foundation and gets help for them. And he comes back, he's like, you guys need to get over your drug problem. It's bad. The first step in getting over this problem is admitting you have a problem. So these two ducks are like, okay, we have a problem. This is bad. We can't get anything done. And these guys are like, we like our drugs. So they go away and they're still doing their drugs. And he takes these guys to rehab. And they sit here and they admit the fact that they have a drug problem. They're like, drugs are bad. That's the first step in getting over this problem. So, oh, is that their drugs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, they have a lot of drugs. Well, they're talking and they say that, what is the reason you take these drugs and why are you doing drugs? And the one guy, he's like, I want to fit in with my friends. And this guy, he's like, because I like feeling high. And this guy, he's like, I really don't know why I did drugs in the first place, so I quit. So then back to cut to scene with ducks with drugs size of their house. They're sitting here, I don't know what they're doing with this thing. But he's like, drugs really are not that good for me. My girlfriend just broke up with me because I'm on drugs, and I don't think that's a good thing, so maybe I should go get help. But this guy, he just, he's doing all his drugs, and eventually he drops dead. Except he won't lay sideways. So this guy died. And they buried him with all his drugs. So this guy is recovered because he went to recover and he's a good duck and he didn't know why he did drugs in the first place because he didn't like them. He thought they smelled funny. And he knew they were bad for his lungs and stuff. So he comes and talks to this guy and he's like, you should go to rehab too, it's all good for you. And he brings them in and he really he has a problem with this. And these two are recovering very quickly and he has problems. But eventually they get over it and he's decided that he will be addicted to lollipops instead. Because lollipops are fatty and sugary, but they do not kill you unless you completely are... You have to be eating lollipops like 92 a day to get fat from... and
or
die.
3 more.
Maybe. So this guy, he goes this way, and he's like, yeah, I'm over my drug addiction, and then he finds out that the other duck died, and this was the same guy that fell in love with this duck and broke up with him because of his drug problems, so he didn't realize he died, and he's like... crying and crying and crying and crying and crying, and eventually he's like, I can't take it anymore, I quit drugs, and then I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, they died! So he dies, and these guys are dead. And these two are like, okay, we're over our drug problem, we'll be best friends now, and they sit here and gossip in a circle. The end. Which, makes you go back to the whole gossiping circle, so don't gossip or do drugs, they are bad things. Resist the peer pressure! Thank you for your time.